Welcome, fellow truth seekers, to a chilling tale that has captivated the world, the spine-tingling story of the Enfield Poltergeist. Prepare to be immersed in the eerie atmosphere as we unravel the haunting events that plagued the Hodgson family, leaving an indelible mark on the sleepy borough of Enfield. Join us on this gripping journey as we navigate the depths of supernatural terror and attempt to unravel the mysteries of the infamous Enfield Poltergeist. Our story begins in the humble Hodgson residence, nestled on 284 Green Street in Enfield, London. In the late 1970s, Peggy Hodgson, a single mother, and her 4 children, Margaret, Janet, John, and Billy, found themselves at the epicenter of a paranormal maelstrom, with Margaret and Janet being targeted the most. It started innocently enough, with peculiar knocking sounds echoing in the walls in pairs of 2s or 3s and furniture inexplicably moving on its own. These incidents may have been first easy to dismiss until they weren't, and in August of 1977, Peggy would make a call to the Metropolitan Police to investigate. The Hodgson family hoped that these occurrences would dissipate over time, but as weeks turned into months, Peggy began to fear that her children were in much more danger than they originally thought. The Hodgson family would become prisoners in their own home, tormented by a malevolent entity that reveled in their fear. It was during these relentless attacks that Janet, the youngest daughter, became the primary target of the poltergeist's wrath. The young girl would be thrown from her bed, levitated in midair, displayed multiple symptoms of possession, and was subjected to a barrage of unnerving voices emanating from within her very own body. Eyewitness accounts from sources such as police officers, scientists, specialists, and locals helped validate the story that would take the world by storm.
It came off the floor, or nearly a ½ inch I should say, and I saw it slide off to the right, about 3.5 to 4 feet before it came to rest. I checked to see whether or not it could possibly have slid along the floor. I placed a marble on the floor to see whether or not the marble would go in the same direction as the chair did, and it didn't roll at all. I checked for wires under the cushion of the chair, and I could find no explanation at all.
These events would persuade Maurice Gross, a member of the Society of Physical Research, to visit the family home to investigate these strange occurrences.
I suppose that one of the most extraordinary things about the whole case was the voice. Now, this voice was quite something. And how it started was this. On December the 10th, 1977 we're talking about, I was sitting in the room, in the front room there, downstairs, with the mother and the children, and we were just talking, and suddenly there was whistling and going on. And I thought, that's funny, it's very sophisticated whistling. The children can't whistle like that. It sounds like the whistling that Mr. Nottingham does. He whistles quite a bit next door, but he's not there, he's at work. I thought, crazy. Suddenly a dog barked in the room. Fine, a dog barked in the room, but there was no dog there. I thought, well, you know, this is even crazier still. And I began to think, you know, okay, it can whistle, it can bark, and things began to turn around in my head. And it went on quite a bit. Then, lunchtime, about lunchtime, Guy Playfair came along, and I said to Guy, this morning I heard a dog barking and whistling in the room, and there was no dog there. And I said, it was a dog barking. No, he took everything in his stride, he always did. And we decided then that if it could bark, and it could whistle, it maybe I should talk. And I said to Guy, well, I'll tell you what, if it happens this evening, I'm going to take the children into the bedroom by themselves and see whether it can talk. Now this was the day that 9 other investigators, most of them scientists, were in the house. So we had quite a lot of people who heard the first noise that was made. About 6 o'clock in the evening, when everybody was there, got the barking and whistling again. Round about 9 o'clock, if I remember rightly, I said to Mrs. Hodgson, can I take the children upstairs? I want to do an experiment. She said, okay. I mean, she's used to it by now, she's used to everything. So I took the children upstairs and they got into bed. And in the next bedroom, in the small box room, Guy Playfair was there with his headphones on, and we put a microphone in the room I was in with the children, so he could hear all what was going on. the barking and whistling was going on. Then I suddenly said, if you can bark and you can whistle, you can talk. Say my name. For quite a while nothing happened. Then suddenly it said, Morris. I thought, good. Good, some results. And then I challenged it again. I said, no, that's not my name, because I didn't hear it properly, you see. Something like that. So I said, no, say it again. This time it said, Morris, quite clearly. Then I challenged it to say Dr. Belloff. Dr. Belloff, one of my colleagues, was there that night. He's a very famous parapsychologist. And it said Dr. Belloff. So I knew that we had a voice. Now, what was this voice? How did it work? First of all, when it started to speak, I thought we had a discarnate voice, what we call a discarnate voice, a voice coming from nowhere out of the air. Then I began to realise, when I watched the children more carefully, and watched Janet particularly more carefully, it seemed to be coming from her direction. Her lips weren't moving. Her mouth wasn't moving. Her lips, a slight tremble on her lips, but that's all. But I noticed when the voice spoke, her chest went up and down. So I watched her very carefully. And then, after a while, I challenged her and I said, Janet, that voice is coming from you. She said, oh no, it's not. I said, yes, it's coming from you, Janet. She says, not. I said, if it's not coming from you, where is it coming from? She says, coming from behind me. I said, you sure? She said, absolutely certain. That voice is not coming from me, it's coming from behind me. So we did a test. Later on, sometime later, we did just a simple test. Not terribly scientific, but a simple test. We put a microphone in front of her throat, one on the back of her neck. And we found that the one on the back of her neck was louder than the one on her throat. Shouldn't be so.
As the haunting intensified, renowned paranormal investigators, Ed and Lorraine Warren, arrived in 1978, determined to confront the malevolent entity head-on. They documented chilling instances of levitation, witnessed objects flying through the air, and even captured the eerie voice of Bill, a previous tenant who had passed away in the house. The voices coming through Janet were not her own, though skeptics believe that they were, noting that when the voice came through, her lips were slightly ajar. This detail would be viewed as a simple case of ventriloquism used to get media attention. The Warrens' presence brought temporary respite, but within months after their arrival, the activity dissipated but never completely went away, with the family reporting incidents to this day. The Enfield case was filled with unexplained occurrences and events that baffled believers and skeptics alike until the case was officially closed in 1979. Both parties have sufficient evidence to argue their case. This, along with allegations that the sisters were allegedly caught faking occurrences in the house, helped fuel skeptics' suspicions of the family creating a hoax and leading people to compelling entertainment. However, for the Hodgson family, the scars left by these harrowing events are irrefutable. Despite enduring unimaginable fear, they managed to survive the relentless assault of the supernatural, finding strength within their bond as a family. The case was argued about all over the nation and is still up to debate by skeptics and believers to this day. This case inspired many books, movies, and TV shows, such as Maurice Gross's book, This House is Haunted, and the popular movie, Conjuring 2, that is loosely based off these events. The story of the Enfield Poltergeist stands as a testament to the inexplicable forces that lurk in the shadow of our existence. It reminds us that there are realms beyond our comprehension, where the line between reality and the supernatural is blurred. Join us on our next adventure as we delve deeper into the mysteries that lie at the fringes of human understanding. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more gripping tales of the supernatural. Remember to stay curious, stay vigilant, and never underestimate the chilling forces that may lay hidden in the darkest corners of our world. Until next time, stay safe, and may the truth unveil itself to those who seek it.